for him to want to play in the NBA with his son, listen, it's LeBron James. He genuinely deserves that.
"We want Bronny" was exactly the chant around the Cleveland arena as the Cavaliers hosted the Lakers in Game 5 of the regular season a few days ago.
He's still the star attraction in the National Basketball Association. He's still great at the age of 39, approaching the age of 40.
The shouts were so loud, you'd think it was an MVP-rated player making his triumphant return to the court, when in reality, it's only one of the worst-rated rookies of the season. A player so bad, he makes the eyes ache. A player on the verge of making the LeBron father-son dream a catastrophe before it even gets started. Of course, the early season signs haven't been good for some of the rookies looking to transition to NBA stars, but none more than the son of the legendary LeBron. However, there hasn't really been much love lost between the young Bronny and NBA fans across the country who seem to still be cheering his every action on the court.
Understand that this is about LeBron James. This isn't even about Bronny James, believe it or not. It's about LeBron. He definitely is underpaid, all right? Because he deserves more money than the Lakers or any other NBA franchise can give him.
So what exactly is up with the Lakers, new boy? How bad has Bronny Jr. been, really? And most importantly, why are fans still clamoring for the rookie to get minutes despite this abysmal start to his pro career? Well, come along, folks, as we take a detour into the locker room of the Los Angeles Lakers to see what's going on with the long-awaited father-son union. Oh, and you definitely want to stick around until the end to find out what the basketball world is really saying about the young lad. But before we get into the deets, kindly take a second to leave a like and subscribe to this channel to help us grow. This will make a huge difference to us, and in doing so, we can continue creating more new and exciting content for you guys. Done that? Great. Now let's get this party started, shall we? Well, we all know how the record-breaking LeBron father-son duo thingy is no longer news, yeah? I mean, we all saw the pair make history as the first father-son duo to take onto the court at the same time. And it's really been a long time coming too. Firstly, King James had always been vocal about his intentions of making it happen, and it didn't really come as much of a shock when the Lakers announced Bronny Jr. as their 55th pick in the 2024 drafts. The legend had finally gotten what he wanted, another dream bagged and another record set. But for Bronny Jr., well, he could only count himself lucky to finally be under the lights of the NBA. However, as much as everyone wanted to witness two generations of the LeBrons take to the court together, there was definitely some skepticism over the outcome of this rare partnership. For some, it was clear that Bronny was here only because of Daddy's big influence, while others would have sworn that the young lad wasn't ready to make the leap to the NBA. And you could clearly see why. Firstly, his college career hadn't been the most eye-catching by any means. He only averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game in his lone year with USC, and you'd agree that these are hardly even average numbers for a shooting guard. Now, it certainly didn't come as a surprise when the 20-year-old declared for the drafts earlier this year, but then the fact that he may not be NBA standard yet was also as clear as rain. However, he was afforded the benefits of the doubt, and all fingers were crossed to see how he'd fare in the colors of the Los Angeles Lakers. Could he really prove everyone wrong or make an impact in the big league? Well, as a 55th pick, Bronny wasn't really a highly rated talent, and the majority even seemed to believe he was only selected to fulfill his father's dream. Well, while there may be some truth in these claims, it's not as if the young guard isn't any good at all. He's actually an okay baller. All things considered, just not a great one. He also has some things going on well for him, if you think about it. I mean, his ball handling is impressive, which allows him to move freely in possession and create spaces. He also boasts a pretty decent court vision and an okay passing ability. This means he can pick out teammates effortlessly and create tons of goal-scoring chances on his day. But beyond the attacking contributions, Bronny is also showing incredible tenacity on the defense. He anticipates where the opponent wants to exploit and quickly steps into cover. However, while he kind of excels in these aspects, he really isn't exceptional in any, and that's probably why he's been getting ripped into by analysts and experts on talk shows. He certainly doesn't have that wow effect and does nothing to get you off your seat while watching. Perhaps he truly wasn't ready to make the leap to the NBA and should have maybe tried another year of college basketball. Now the much anticipated LeBron father-son union is finally here, and it's really not as beautiful as we had imagined. But has it really been that bad? Well, the simple answer would be yes. And the reason may just be that the younger LeBron has been made to bite a little more than he can chew. You watch him play right from the summer league and something just doesn't seem right. He just doesn't look like someone ready to make his mark with the big boys in the big boys league. I mean, save for those final 2 games when his scoring improved to 13 points per game, his stats prior to that were absolutely nothing to write home about. He only managed a 4.3 scoring average in 4 games. And the less said about his overall performance, the better. In those 4 games, he shot only 7 of 31 from the field and an unbelievable 0 from 15 3-point attempts. He really stunk up the court with what was an eyesore of a performance. See, he wasn't just failing the stat test. He was doing worse with the eye test, struggling to do the basic things right, let alone attempt the spectacular. Oh, and while he was busy being mediocre, his fellow Lakers draftee, Dalton Knecht, was putting up one jaw-dropping performance after the other in the same competition. For that, eyebrows were already being raised about the youngster's abilities, and rightly so. Because if he can't really put up a show against his peers in Summer League, then how would he fare when the superstars return? Well, we got a hint of our answer during the preseason games, where the 20-year-old was seen struggling to make an impact again. In his first 5 games, he only managed a total of 8 points, shooting 4 from 20 and somehow still managing to miss all his 3-point attempts. But then it wasn't all bad news, as the young Bronny still got a bit of fortune in the last game of the preseason, which also happened to be his only start. He was rampant in that game against the Golden State Warriors as he ran away with 17 points and 4 rebounds in 35 minutes. At least he finally showed a little promise, something his well-wishers can look forward to as they anticipate the new NBA season. Of course, the season is now well and truly underway, and even though the young lad is hardly getting any minutes, he's still getting much love from fans, and that's lovely to see. Make no mistake, he hasn't really dazzled in the little time he's had on the court, but you could see fans applauding his efforts and willing him to make an impact, especially in that game against the Cavs. Well, yeah, it's true that the Cleveland fans do have a bit of a sentimental bias for Bronny, who they watched grow up among them. It was quite clear in the way they were clamoring for him to be brought on, as they all chanted, "We want Bronny," in the 4th quarter of that game. You could also hear the excitement from all around when the rookie was finally brought on with just over 5 minutes left on the clock. It was fitting that he knocked down his first basket to open his NBA record in that game, soaking up the nice moment in front of fans who genuinely love him. Now it's left to be seen how he'd capitalize on his opportunities to turn the tide around and make good of the LeBron father-son legacy. But in the meantime, is Bronny Jr. bad? Yes. Do the fans still love him? Absolutely. And is there really hope for a turnaround indeed? Well, for that, we just have to wait and see. Before then, though, you can tell us what you think of the young LeBron and his journey so far in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to smash that subscribe icon to stay updated on his progress and get more exciting videos about your favorite NBA youngsters.